Hey everybody, welcome to Dream Big Swings. Thanks so much for watching. Today I'd love to share with you the play that I'm making going into 2021, changing up some things in my portfolio and getting ready to invest in kind of like some mutual funds. And so maybe you've heard of them, maybe you haven't, but talking about ARK Invest today. And before we get started, would love for you, if you could, subscribe to this channel. Looking to build this channel over the year, got some goals, but would love to share my journey with you and would love for you to join the journey. So subscribe, like this video if you like what we're doing here. But today we're talking about ARK Invest, and ARK Invest is a company that essentially has 5 major mutual funds. I'm going to show you, kind of walk you through a couple of these different things. They have 5 different major ETFs that they are that you can buy into, and I'm looking at buying into 2 of these mutual funds going into 2021 or ETFs, and they've got ARK Disruptive Innovation, they've got Next Generation Internet, they've got Genomic Revolution, which is a major one and did really well this last year, autonomous tech and robotics, and then fintech innovation. And so we're going to talk about 2 of these major ones that I'm going to invest in going into 2021 with a portion of my portfolio. And so the ETFs are focused on disruptive innovation. And so the ones that I just shared are ARKK, ARKQ, ARKW, ARKG, and ARKF. And the 2 that I'm going to focus on and the 2 that I'm buying into in 2021, and I'm looking to hold these for the entire year. And so I'm not going to trade these. This is kind of like a retirement play, taking a portion of my portfolio, putting it into ARKK, which is ARK Innovation ETF, and then also ARKG, which is the Genomic Revolution ETF. In just a moment, I'm going to show you their charts over the last year, and I think even getting in January, well, not the first, but the next day the markets are open, just in a couple days on Monday. I do believe that these 2, ARKK and ARKG, are kind of at a discounted rate even right now, but we'll show you the chart in just a second. Going over here, here's the ARKK details. The ticker is ARKK. The fund type is active equity ETF, and right now I trade everything on Robinhood. Maybe you're more experienced than me and you're trading on different platforms, but right now I'm relatively new to trading and did well over this last year with seeing my portfolio go up over, in the last 6 months, increased by 67%. And so as I'm learning, would love for you to join again this journey that I'm on. But ARKK is on Robinhood. Right now the net assets are $8.9 billion, which means they are taking $8.9 billion of their own money and other people's money to invest into the different companies that they're investing into. Each one of these funds is about investing into about 50 different tickers, and so different companies. And so you can see typical number of holdings, 35 to 55. That's what I was trying to say. The average market cap, 76.3 billion. Median market cap is 5.9. So those are the size of companies that they're buying into. And you can see the chart here, just how much it's grown. If we go over here, you can see the holdings that ARKK invests in. The number 1 company that they're investing in is Tesla right now, with over 2 million shares, 2.6 million shares at a market value of over $1.8 billion. It's 10% of this portfolio. Tesla obviously has done really well in 2020, and a lot of people are believing that it's going to do well in 2021 as well. I think when we get to the end of 2021, a lot of people are saying that Tesla at $700 is cheap, and so we'll see. But the second company that they're holding is Roku. I'm not going to go through all these, but that's 7%. They've got CRISPR, Square, Teladoc. They've got Zillow, Pure, Proto, Spotify, Twilio, PayPal. A lot of these are really popular, but as they go down, you can see the percentages and the weight of the portfolio going down. These are, something to note is that these are actively managed, and so this isn't something that's going to stay like this throughout all of 2021. They actively manage it, and at the end of the trading day, every single day, you can sign up for the emails that ARK Invest sends out, where they're sending the emails of all of their buys and all of their sells for that trading day. And so again, every single day, this portfolio and these weights are changing, maybe not dramatically, but as the market shifts, as news comes out, these are changing. And so this is ARKG. Something that I'm excited about down here is Nintendo. I've got a Switch. I love playing Switch. But this is ARKG. I'm planning to take 25% of my portfolio and put it into ARKG. I've been a little bit more risky with kind of going with all in swing trades. I'm changing that in 2021. I'm going to take half of my portfolio and try to get it into something a little bit more long term. And so 25% of my portfolio is going to go into ARKG. And again, the goal for me is to hold it all year long. And then we'll just look at the chart here. In the last month, we've seen it go from $112 up to $124 with highs up at 135. And so again, if it's highs at 135, you can get in hopefully when the market opens on Monday around 124. That's what I'm looking to do. And here's the 6-month chart and then the year-to-date chart. And since it's January 1st, there's no year-to-date chart, but you can see over the last year, it's gone from $50 to $125. And so that is massive, massive growth over the last year. And it's about 150% growth over the last year. And even if ARKG does half of that, and let's say it grows 75% in the next year, that's an incredible investment. And even less than that, if it grows 50% or grows 40%, it's an incredible investment. So there is risk to this because it's not a mutual fund that's trading 500 different companies. It's an ETF that's trading 35 to 55 different companies. And so there's a little bit more risk involved. But again, when you look at those companies that they're trading, they seem to be solid growth stock companies. Again, a little bit of risk, but it's trading 50 different companies versus putting all your money into one company. And so it's a little bit less risk there. Let's go over to the second one that I'd like to invest in, which is the ARKG, which is the ARK Genomic Revolution ETF. And really excited about this one. We've seen a couple different stocks just recently in the last couple weeks that are in the genomic field. We've seen those kind of start to take off, and even some penny stocks that have taken off. One of those is BNGO, which I always, when I read it, I think of bingo. But the ticker of this one is ARKG. And so again, just like I'm doing with ARKG, in ARKG, I'm putting 25% of my portfolio in for the entire year. Again, I'll watch it throughout the year. I can change my mind at any time, but I'll let this channel know when I do. Just like ARKG, I'm going to put 25%, and that will be 50% of my portfolio, at least my trading portfolio, my Robinhood portfolio, into a more long-term, year-long play to see how much this grows. And honestly, ARKG has done even better than ARKG over the last year. But let's talk about it. It's active equity ETF, and the net assets are 2.3 billion. This is much smaller than ARKG. So if you remember ARKG, there's almost $9 billion invested. This one has $2.3 billion invested. The typical number of holdings is similar at 30 to 50 different companies that they're actively trading. Again, every single day they send out the email, and you can get on that email list by going to their website and find out what they're buying and selling each day. But the market cap is 7.2 billion, down to 1.9 billion. So those are the companies that they're kind of looking for. And I pulled up all the different companies that they've got here. Their biggest company is Pacific Biosciences of California, which is almost 7% of the weight of this portfolio. And then they got Teladoc, CRISPR. So again, some of these you'll see overlapping on both portfolios. And so a ton of these companies I haven't done much research on or have even heard of, but really excited for a few different companies that are on this list that I'll talk more about throughout the year. But that's ARK Genomic Revolution. We look at the chart and see just in the last month, it's gone from $83 up to what the trading day ended at was 93.26. And so again, just like ARKG, we see on December 22nd, it had the highs of, which I think were all-time highs of $105.53, and now it's discounted right now to 93.26. And so I do believe for both of these ETFs, coming in on Monday, we'll see what the early trading does. But coming on Monday, I think it'll still be discounted from those all-time highs. And again, I'm trying to change up my portfolio from the high-risk, all-in swing trades, even trading with margin, to something a little bit more conservative, where I'm going to take 50% of my portfolio and put it in these two ARK ETFs. And again, this over the last year has grown, I think, up over 175%. And so it went from 33.35 back January 2nd of 2020, 33.35 up to 93.26, which is, again, I think it's up over 170% year over year. And so again, even if it does half that well over the next year, these are actively traded. It's not something that's just sitting. There are people, experts, that are trading this every single day, adjusting the weights of the different companies that they're investing in. Even if it does half as well, I think that's going to be really great for the more conservative long-term investments that are in my portfolio. I'm going to make another video that of the long-term growth stocks that I do want to invest in. I'm going to take another 25% of my portfolio, invest into 9 to a dozen growth stocks that I think are going to do really well in 2021. So I'll share more videos on that as well. And then I'm going to take the remaining 25% of my portfolio and do pure swing trades. And so I'll be sharing some of the videos of the swing trades that I plan on doing. But that's ARK. I'm excited about it. ARKG, ARKG. And again, thanks so much for joining Dream Big Swings. I'm new to this, and I would love to just do this journey with you. Feel free to send some comments my way, and I'm going to do my best to engage with everybody here, and just learning as we go. I'd love to learn from you. If you've got ideas of what you're going to do going into 2021, would love for you to share that with me here on YouTube. I appreciate each and every one of you who are subscribing, who are liking these videos, who are sharing these videos. Let's do this thing together. We'll see you.